Isn't it nice the sun is shining today? I'm so happy, so happy. Okay, hello, welcome to a new video. This one is mainly painting. I did a whole series of, how many was it, 10 floral abstract paintings. So I'm not going to waffle on at the beginning here. I just hope you enjoy watching, seeing the whole painting process, the mixed media that I used. And also during this video, I've got some clips of me attempting to tidy up my studio. It was, yeah, it was a start. Let's just say that. It was a start. So I included that as well in this video. Well, I hope you enjoy watching.
Get kind of like some fun. So she started with kind of lighter tones.
Oh my gosh, that was as fun as I thought it was going to be. So this was the first time I've used alcohol inks. I bought these specifically to do this because it does look like so much fun. I have been toying with whether to buy alcohol inks for so long, and yeah, this convinced me. And I have to say, I mean, look at this. It's just gorgeous. I love it. So definitely going to experiment more with these for sure. Right, I'm going to put this to one side. I will probably have to leave this overnight. I'm not even sure if it's going to dry overnight. They are working on 2 paintings at the same time. So whilst one of Demetra's backgrounds is drying, they do get started on one that was previously done already. So I'm now going to try and emulate the one that was done already, which is just a slightly different background. Not very different, but the black comes right up to the top on that one. This is brass, by the way. It's a really gorgeous colour. I'm going to use that one again. I'm also going to have a go at the coral. Exciting. I can totally see why people got into the pouring and all of that sort of thing with alcohol inks. Yeah, it's fun. Okay, time to tidy up all the fun drippy stuff and get out my watercolours next. By the way, I am loving the alcohol inks, particularly the metallic ones. I'm going to see if I can just get a metallic set now, I think. So this was the Pinata Exciter pack. Got a few colours there, including pearl, brass and copper. There's definitely space in my little Ferrero Rocher box for some more. Look at that shine. Very cool. I'm loving that. Well, as it's time for me to tidy up, because all these inks and things need putting away, I suddenly remembered this clear plastic box that those secondhand Brusho powders came in from eBay. And I feel like the size is pretty good actually for these inks. So I'm going to see if I can fit them in. Maybe I need to put a couple resting on top. But I really hate these plastic things they come in. Considering the price you pay for these inks, I mean, I get it is sturdy, but it just is so ugly. And I know I'm never going to use these as a palette. So yeah, so I'm going to pack these away, and knowing me, I'll keep them in a corner somewhere until eventually I throw them in the bin. Because yeah, they are sturdy. They've got this cardboard underneath. I don't know, I just don't like the way it looks, and it's difficult to keep them anywhere. I don't have anywhere to keep them. At least in a box I can try and fit them on the shelves, or maybe on the top there. So the brush show is going in an empty drawer that I've now got. Now I've cleared out all those sprays. So there we go. A little bit of fun. Let's get the podcast on. Well, that is today's Sunday weather, and believe me when I tell you, just a couple of hours ago there was like a hurricane coming through. Overnight it was a nightmare. I didn't get a lot of sleep because of the sound of the wind. So, good Sunday to stay indoors and tackle this. It's all becoming a little overcrowded around here, and I'm going to start with, this is a bag of stuff to sell. These 2 boxes were my dad's books that he was in the process of selling, but we couldn't find where. He even had a buyer for one of them. So those he wanted to sell, so I'm going to put them on eBay, see if we have any takers. Our taxes are there. That still needs dealing with. That big box there is a lens of Chris's that he wanted me to sell for him. So I'm going to get on eBay today and get some things listed. Yeah, and just start putting things away. I've also bought a new portfolio case. It's a bit more floppy than I thought, so I am going to look for a piece of cardboard or something to try and stiffen this up, because some of these paintings are out simply because there's no more room. That's my portfolio case from A-level, and it is too crammed in. Look, just the whole room is an absolute state, and I haven't even shown you that side of the room. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm showing you this. I was putting away some paper on this stack here, and all the stuff that was on top, which was mostly cardboard boxes, has all fallen down. I know I'm not going to get to this today, but I'm going to try and get to this. But yeah, I think a huge studio sort out needs to commence. Well, I got all the clothes listed. This bag can now go upstairs to the guest bedroom and out the way. But it took me the entire day. It took me the whole day to write them all. I didn't even get all of the listings done. Some of them have been done today. It's now Monday. So absolutely nothing else has got done, which I'm quite disappointed about. But I always underestimate how long things are going to take. I guess I should be used to it by now. Right, well, these dried overnight completely, and I'm now ready to get started on the flower paintings. So I shall prepare my gouache, get my palette ready. It's odd being on a flat surface, but handy because I've just now moved my laptop to here so I can watch the workshop as I go. So I am following on with an online workshop by the Milan Art Institute, and this one is called How to Create an Abstract Floral Painting. I will link it below in case you are interested. So I did some detective work, and I found the pictures from Pinterest that Demetra was using as a reference. I think in the end she didn't use this one, it was just sort of this vaguely and these 2 mainly. That was very helpful to find those. And then I just went for it. I like these, I'm pleased with these. Look how complicated this is with all these like folding petals in the middle, which don't look like they're in the right place. This flower here looks like maybe it's lost some petals, like they've fallen off. I think actually I'm going to work on it for another 5 minutes, and I've just spotted this orange triangle, so I'm going to use my palette knife and sort of cover that up. I have to say I've absolutely loved this process. I've been trying to do abstract backgrounds, and I just, every time I look at the photo I end up copying the photo. So this I think is gonna really help me in the future get what I want out of my landscapes. But for now I'm going to carry on. So I've got a pack of 10 of these square foot canvas boards, and I'm going to do abstract florals on all of them. So there we are. I think apart from a little bit of tweaking, I'm going to call that finished. Do you know what? I'm not going to fiddle with it too much because, yeah, okay, it looks more like a rose than a peony, but that's the good thing about abstract florals, isn't it? It doesn't have to be so perfect that you know exactly what it is. So I think maybe I should stop fiddling. I'm just gonna... No, I messed that up. It was too wet. When you're using palette knife, you do have to use thick paint. There we are. Done. There! I like that. that was fun. Right, on to the next one. By the way, I do have a link for you if you are interested in taking this workshop that I'm doing currently. It is by Demetra and Ellie Milan, and they just do beautiful art. I really admire their art. So if you'd like to have a go at following along as well, then I will put a link below. This is an affiliate link. Doesn't cost you any extra, but I may get a little bit of commission, and that would really help me out as well. So it'd be doing me a favour and I would really appreciate it, but it won't cost you any extra at all. So please use that link below if you are interested in taking the workshop. It only costs $25 and I would say well worth it. And if you are thinking about taking their main course, the mastery programme, then this might be a good one to see if you like their teaching style. First of all, just look at that amazing sunset. We haven't had many good sunsets this year, but it's so interesting that now I've got this new window, I can actually see it. Before, this window was just all condensation inside, and yeah, really nice to be able to see the seasons change and all of that. It's been really lovely. Carrying on today, not that I got very far, not nearly as far as I wanted. PVC skirt, I have no idea where that came from, but it's going to charity. I'm not selling it on eBay. And a skirt that I partly made, very 90s, very like mini A-line skirt that I made but never put a zip in, and of course now there's no way my waist is going in there, so I'm just going to put that in fabric scraps. Maybe I'll alter it and make it bigger, or maybe I'll just use it as scrap fabric. So that can go upstairs to my fabric room. I'll start a new bag for charity or fabric recycling. And I've been looking, actually, some of this can be put away quite quickly. This is a bag of Christmas presents. This bag and this bag are bags that Rain had to tidy up in her flat and found a whole pile of stuff she'd borrowed. So that shouldn't be too difficult to sort and get rid of. The wrapping paper, I'm sure I can find somewhere else for that. But I do need to make space because we're about to make space in the living room for the Christmas tree, which means the cat tree that they sit on needs to come here, and of course they're going to want it in front of the radiator. So I need to crack on with this because, yeah, Christmas tree is obviously a priority. And that box just needs collapsing and recycling. I think it hasn't done because it's got these polystyrene things which are pretty because they're rainbow and pastel, but I just don't like throwing things like that away. It's just landfill, isn't it? I think I'm gonna have to. Okay, for this one we were actually given their source photo, their reference photo, so I've just started doing the purple in this corner, but I just showed Chris this one and he saw a face in it. That was the first thing he saw. That was the shape of the head, that was the mouth. So I need to do some drastic, yeah, because I could totally see it now, totally see it. So I'm going to pour out some more white, go over this with a white. Yeah, I'm just going to hopefully block out that so it doesn't look like a pair of lips, and lose the shape of the head a little bit. And do you know what I'm going to also do? I'm going to get in one of the sprays I used. I'll wait for that to dry and have a look at it again in the morning. Okay, good night for now. Right, well, we've got quite a lot of photos here. These are actually really good reference photos of flowers, so I thought, why not? Let's do a series of these, and I thought that's what I would do next. So I've got 3 boards out. I'm going to do a series of 3 with similar sorts of backgrounds. So I'm going to create them all at once, and I might even do another 3. I haven't decided what colour background to go for. I'm going to do one green and one a more orange colour, a bit more like the second one I did. So I'm going freehand now. I'm not following a workshop, I'm just gonna have a go. I hope it doesn't now all go to pot, but creating those backgrounds was fun, so I'm looking forward to the beginning bit. Okay, well this is how I left this one yesterday. I'm quite pleased with it. I felt at first that it was finished and then I thought, no, it's not. I'm actually going to put a yellow rose, and I think I'm going to choose this yellow rose here and just pop it in here. I felt it needed something else. It was looking a bit bitty. All these little flowers here and there. It was too much little bits. I'm really happy with my hydrangea. I've never painted one before and I was a bit daunted by all the little petals, but I think that's worked out really well. Tulips are fine, need a little detail work in there I think with the colour. But yeah, I think overall it's getting there. I'm not going to film the whole process of every single one of these paintings because they're all going to be pretty similar. Yeah, I'm guessing that I'm going to show all of these floral abstracts in the same video, so I don't want it to get boring. So. Here we are, ready to start the next one. I think I've got my composition planned. I'm going to do a big white chrysanthemum there, little yellow flowers above it and yellow roses on this side, maybe one or two, I'm not sure. Okay, with this one I'm nearly finished. I'm just going to add a bit more contrast in this flower here. These stems you can't really see, I'm going to make those a bit more obvious coming up here, and I'm going to add some sort of abstracted yellow petals over here, and then I think this is done. I'm really pleased with this chrysanthemum. You think with all those petals it was a little bit overwhelming, so I'll carry on and hopefully finish this today so I can get started on the next one. Gosh, I look very ghostly. I should have shown you Rafiki while I was here. Yes, it is cold in here. It is as cold as he's making it look. I have just noticed, look at the deer on this wrapping paper and the deer next to it. How funny. Okay, well I haven't actually finished the previous set of florals, but it is getting late in the day and I know tomorrow I'm going to be painting a lot, so I really wanted to get that first layer down, the really wet layer, so that it could be drying overnight, and so tomorrow after finishing one painting I can go straight onto these. So I'm going to do another set of 3, but this time my backgrounds are going to be more neutral. I'm going to go with the sort of soft browny sort of colours, I think. So my green pictures are all finished now, and I've made a start on these ones that are more neutral toned in browns and yellows. Now this time I've made a little sketch to remind myself. I make a plan and I forget. Like last night I decided where all the flowers are going to go, and this morning I can't remember at all. I decided to do just a little sketch to remind myself what's going where, and yeah, I'm about to make a start on the second yellow rose in this one. I'm going to continue having a yellow rose in all of them. That's going to be the linking thing. Yeah, that's it really. That's all I'm going to say for now. I probably will turn off the camera because I'm worried about this video is going to be too long. Yeah, I'll just show you as I go a little clip here and there. I'll be honest with you, this is now the second week of doing these. I keep getting stuck. I just keep getting stuck. So hopefully, having done the sketches and now I know a bit more about what it's like to do flowers. I haven't painted flowers in so long. Hopefully I will feel my way a little bit quicker through this one, through these three I should say. So here we are, I've just finished this one and this one. There's the four of them as a group, so it's kind of happened how I wanted it to. These two are not exactly a pair, but they could be. And these two are not exactly a pair, but they could be. I might go in and add a little more orange into this one to make them match a little better. Yeah, they sort of link the group, I feel, as a whole. So I'm pleased with that. I'm excited to take the photographs and get them on the website and see what they look like sort of all together, and it'll be adding something quite different, these being my first florals on there. Right, so I know I said these will finish, at least I think I did. I've actually had the flu, so that might be why my voice sounds funny, and I've just been thinking about them, looking at them. I don't know whether it's because it's on canvas rather than the watercolour board. I don't know. I've just been thinking that they need to be brought to life a little more. Does that make sense? Some of them are looking a little bit on the flat side. So I thought I would try something I haven't done in a while, and that is bring out my oil paints. So I haven't done oil painting for a while. I think there was only one or two in my portfolio that had an oil layer over the top. I mean, that's mainly because it's so difficult finding space for waiting for them to dry. But I have to say, they are lovely. I did enjoy the oil painting, so I'm just thinking about having another go. I think it might make some of these darks darker, a bit more richer. So I think I'm not going to do a lot. I'm just going to perhaps pick a couple of places where I feel the contrast needs to be added to, or I feel like there might need to be a little bit more colour in this black. I mean, I did the black because that's what they did in the workshop. I do feel though it needs a little more, well, colour to it, I suppose. Yeah, I might do a bit more a purpley tint. I'm not sure. I'm quite excited actually. It's been on my mind for a couple of days and now I'm feeling a little better. I'm going to give it a try. I'm already loving this. I feel like these flowers here are popping more. I feel like the darks are richer. Yeah, the only bit here I don't like this. I'll have to dry brush to sort of blend that in a bit better. I'm liking this already, and I'm thinking about bringing oil back into my work. I've already messaged Art Discount to ask them if the watercolour boards would work with oil, whether that would be archival or not. So I'm just waiting to hear back from them before I might go in and add some oil paint to some other work. Yeah, I'd actually forgotten how much I did like these paints. Now I know what I'm doing today. Right, well, I've done all the backgrounds now and I've made a start on picking out, which one have I done? This one. I picked out this. Ooh, I forget that oil doesn't dry. Probably getting all over my hands. Well, those paintings were good fun. Yeah, something different. Never really, I did do, I was about to say, I've never really done florals before. That's a complete lie. I filled almost a whole sketchbook of flowers. when, I suppose it would be about 3 years ago now, I was sort of starting to learn about mixed media, and I was sort of experimenting to see what could work with what, and I thought I'll just fill a sketchbook of flowers as a bit of practice. And so I have done florals before, but not for quite some time, and not in this sort of style. So yeah, it's good to try something new, good to push ourselves and experiment with things. That's part of the fun of being an artist, isn't it? So anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and yeah, just want to say thank you for your likes and your comments and your shares, very much appreciated. And I will see you again very soon. Take care, bye.